Well, let's shift focus now. CNBC TV18 had earlier reported that the centre is all set to revisit the second phase of FAME India, a scheme which promotes electric mobility. Now we understand from our sources that the government is now seeking a response from all ministries in order to draft an integrated urban transport policy. We're also given to understand that the policy will not be centred around four-wheelers and will instead focus more on two-wheelers and three-wheelers as well as public transport. Parikshit Luthra now joins us with more details. Parikshit, this is clearly the government has its focus centred as far as electric mobility is concerned. What more can we expect?
Top sources in the government telling us that after the Mobility Summit, work is underway on a comprehensive auto policy that will promote electric vehicles and alternate fuels as well. Sources also telling us that our mobility policy cannot be car-centric because the bulk of vehicles on Indian roads comprise of two-wheelers, three-wheelers and public transport. So any mobility infrastructure, any charging infrastructure that we come up with has to cater to these three categories of vehicles. At the same time, the government will look for ways to encourage state transport undertakings to make a shift to battery-operated vehicles. We also hear from the government that whatever move is planned, whatever mobility policy they come up with, will make sure that the transition to electric vehicles and alternate fuels is a smooth one. They don't want to cause a huge disruption in the market, and at the same time, the mobility policy will ensure India's dependence on fossil fuels comes down and we reduce pollution as well. So how will we really subsidize EVs? There are two models being looked at by the government. One is to lower fuel efficiency norms. By tightening fuel efficiency norms, the government would force the industry to make more electric vehicles. The pressure would be on automakers and not on the government. Secondly, polluter pays principle, where polluting vehicles will be taxed to provide revenues for electric vehicles. So it seems that the government does not want to go down the subsidy route. They want to put pressure on the industry and make sure that electric vehicles are promoted on Indian roads.